Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Today we want to start the groundwork kind of for a future miner. Again, we want to use a miner that is not perfect because it will just scrape the surface of whatever we give to it, and then we will see how that works out. I haven't chosen a good style for that thing because again in the Dune franchise there's no this is how the miner should look like, and all the miners there are kind of not in a way that is really well suited for space engineers. So let us see what we can do about this. So you can see I have done a bit of work on this power pylon, removed the one that is here. I'm still working on the palace, on the fortress palace thingamabingy. I think it's called keep in Dune lore or something like that. And yeah, I wanted to make this thing look a bit nicer than just the blocks up there. I haven't had the chance to make more solar panels. I need them desperately, I think. What I did is I went out and found some materials, and this planet still has old ore spawning mechanics, so we still have uranium down here. Bit weird, and we said we wouldn't use that, but it's there if we ever think using uranium would be the right thing to do. This line needs to vanish somehow. I have to find a way how I can deal with this, but for now I needed to connect up the whole thing there. I have done some work with the drill on the inside, not a lot. For some reason it's weirdly slow. I don't know what's up with it, but I had to use right drill mechanics at one point to get at least a few things done. And you can see this will be the start of the entrance hall. At the moment I'm connecting up things, and I have set up another space for another statue. Again, I want to try to build something there, and I'm not sure if I will ever be able to do that, but we will see how that works out in the end. This is coming along. I'm raising up this. I'm starting to build some stuff in here. I kind of want to use the statue as the indicator how high everything should be. And that's, yeah, again, the statue is something I need time for. And at the moment, my time schedule is rather weird right now. We'll have to do a few things over the week still for the upcoming job, and it will be interesting. Let's say it that way. Good. The plan is to set up a miner somewhere here, so that hopefully a built-in repair system still reaches, and it will be a large grid miner. We will start out with the usual landing gear. Let's hope this all works out, and again we can use the built-in repair system here. So the plan is to have a bit of an awkward shape, relatively wide but flat when it comes to the top portion. Might look weird, have to test that out. Again, I'm not sure what to go yet, but I want to use the direction they had in the movie again, where they had these half spherish miners there. Making a sphere in Space Engineers is weird and not a good thing. So it could be that it doesn't turn out too well, but I want at least to use the bottom layout. The bottom layout is basically 3 wheels on each side with the middle wheels sticking out a bit wider than the front and the back wheels. One thing I would like to use is, again, a drill array that sits in the back, so that we can kind of gradually just just take off the surface of something, like a spice miner would do. The spice miners basically just skim off the sand on the surface and then filter out all the sand, or filter out the sand, leave the spice in the cargo holds of the miner, and it would be something like that. We will have to put in a bit of refining capabilities. So I would like to put in some maybe basic refineries, because if we most of the time skim just stone, then that is a lot better than don't know, just going with the big refineries, although they would be faster. Have to see how that works out. Good. It's grinding them down. It's grinding them down. I just placed that stuff. Yeah, see? Just placed that stuff. And the built-in repair system said, nope. Not what I want to do. Please redo that. Give me a bit of power, so that I don't grind this down. I've turned off the process where it grinds down that stuff. So now it should be not starting to build them. That will happen once we establish maybe a battery or something like that. Let us see. Wind turbine. Another thing I'm thinking about the whole time is having something like a moving tanker, so that I can build more of the charged fluid, or of the fluid, charge more of it, and then ship that to maybe bigger ships, bigger rovers that are out there. The idea would be to have kind of a big rover that I can place somewhere in the sun, away from the base, and that then holds the charged fluid and is also able to charge it up if necessary, so that I don't have to leave work sites to bring in charged fluid. I could do that with a ship too, and I might do that. So have 2 different options: have a flying ship that brings in the stuff, and then also have a big rover that can do that. Again, I'm not sure yet how that would work out, but that would be the idea that I have for it. Okay, let me make a short break. I want to take another look at some harvesters that the Dune universe has. Maybe the one from the movie isn't the best decision, and I could also go away from it and go more into that direction. Have something similar to this rover that just has a mining rig on the back or something like that. Would be interesting too. But I want to go here definitely into large scale, and fueling that with the fueling that with the charged fluid will be interesting, I think. We might have to deviate a lot from what the movie shows. Again, the half sphere is not really doable. We will try to do something similar. And one thing I definitely want to have is, I think I want to use the big wheels. The 3x3s are not enough. I feel this is right. Okay, I want to have the left 5x5. It would be good to have bigger wheels here. The whole surface is really not nice for rovers to drive on, and having the bigger wheels with higher with maybe a higher suspension would be great. The problem, again, we talked about that with a small rover, are these ridges. A rover just hobbles over them and nearly topples. It's hard. It's sometimes hard to drive, and the problem is they are not everywhere. That's the main thing. Okay, so we will use the big wheels. We need power for them, and the whole thing needs to be as lightweight as possible. I know that's kind of contradictory, but I don't want to add thrusters or anything to it, so that we can really save up on power most of the time. And I kind of want this thing to be able to propel itself without the use of crazy thrusters or anything like that. So that's something I would like to be on the lookout for. So this is 2, and then we go outwards. This one will be a bit wider. I saw that the one in the movies has, instead of 3 on each side, 4 wheels on each side. And again, we will just try to give it a bit of a hint of that thing. Not completely go into it and say, okay, this is here, we perfect. Everything is nice and done. That will not be possible, but at least a bit of a hint of what was in the movies. The ones from the games are, I don't know. They are not what I would like to build. The video game, the 92 or so video game, has weird looking crawler with tracks, and they look a bit like worms, with something sticking out on the front. This thing here from the movie looks a bit like it looks a bit like a bug with the round shell on top, and then it has a thing protruding to the front, where basically it is a bit like a big vacuum cleaner or something like that. And then there, up top is a thing that sticks out a bit higher. The bridge basically is a bit higher. It looks nice. We might really take some inspirations from that, but the round shell will be something we just cannot get done. 1, 2, and then bring it out. 3. Oh, can I bring that in? have to see if I can bring that in. 7. We are on the right side, but I want the left side. So come on. Come on. Okay, and then I will have to see if I can bring in this block, or if I can, if I have to put it on the outside. If I have to put it on the outside, then we will move this here. Maybe I will move it anyways. Let us see how that looks. So move it over 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The one thing I really like about the big harvester from the movie is the wheels. They have these half spherish wheels on there. They look nice. Something like that. Again, sadly we don't have something like that in Space Engineers. I still haven't found bigger wheels. Again, I would gladly have a mod that has, I don't know, 7x7 wheels or something like that. I still have the idea to at one point build the aircraft carrier like thing from Deserts of Carrick. Yeah, we will. This is enough. This is enough. If I make it farther, then we go too crazy with the whole thing. I have the feeling. Okay, and then now this is 4 blocks. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the whole thing. Is it turned inwards? No, it's turned outwards. Okay, then we will do that here too. So I need some power on this, and I mainly want to go for solar power. It's the easiest way here to generate power, and I might be able to set up a smart rotor on top of there somewhere. There's an area in the back where there's basically a protrusion that comes out of the back that I don't see has any real reason to be there, and I might put some solars on there so that we can at least reload our batteries ourselves here. Although that would maybe take away the tanker idea. It would be good to hear some opinions on that. Having something that drives around and refuels these vehicles. We could say that there is power allowed on the vehicles, so something that keeps it going. But to kind of have the restriction to have something like that. Okay, we need the tanker that is able to refuel these ships or these rovers, and maybe we can go for something like that. I want to have opinions on that. That would be great to hear. If someone, don't know, has ideas for that or opinions for that. Right, and then we go with this. Come on, this. Nice. When that is welded up, we can drop it. And maybe put some power on it. What we can do with this thing is we can maybe have it set up in a way where it give me control panel. But I really need to start naming all the stuff I'm building up. It's one of the things that would be really good. So give me a control seat for now. We need one for this thing, and then we need one for here. For now, we will just set it. No, wrong way around. 8. One of the really cool things that they changed for the build and repair system is the whole being able to completely move the area that we have here. So we have, this is 0 vertical, horizontal offset. So we can completely move the area that this build and repair system kind of works in. And now we have the area extended so wide that even this stuff gets built up. One thing we can do is put a basic assembler on here, and then maybe a basic refinery and a build and repair system, and kind of build this thing on the go. It's also a possibility. It's at the moment not so big that I fear that it might lead to problems. Hopefully. The back system. The thing is, now we will have to have a drill area that is as wide as the wheels. And so that might be a crazy big drill rig, but if we drive slowly and not go too crazy, that might be nice to just have something on the back that just leaves a kind of a track in the sand. We can use that to drive over it again, or go to the next area. That might be a cool thing. And if we don't go too deep with it, we also don't have the problem that we can't drive in and out with a big rover. Oh, I'm losing my voice. So, should we cut it loose? I think we should maybe have some power on it, so I might add a battery or two. For now we use normal batteries, and then later add the refuelable batteries. I'm not sure if I have enough power right now, so let's see. 17 hours, that's bad idea. Let us not do that. I know it's waste, but we should go with the fluid batteries, because the fluid batteries at the moment we can refill by hand. That makes them a lot nicer right now. Okay. Different colors. So where is... That's the outside. And we will just go with as much as I can muster up. I should have put them in the front. The whole thing will be, I assume, very back heavy because of the drills, and that might lead to problems, but we will see. Fluid. We have at the moment, that's the amount of charge. No, that's the amount of that's the amount of charge fluid we have. Oh, nice. 480. Let us see how much we can put in one of the batteries. 300. Okay. So we have 2 batteries running at the moment, and this is missing fluid power cells. What do we need for fluid power cells? can build them. Fluid power cells we might have to bring in from orbit. Silver, silicon. I brought in silver. So if we can just do this and maybe then grab some silicon. Silicon is the thing that we are missing at the moment. So let me do a short trip to the silicon area. Maybe we can do a bit of mining. I know that there is some silicon somewhere here. Do we have an ore detector on this thing? No, we don't. Or? Nope. We should have an ore detector. Otherwise, that might be problematic. Oh, one of the batteries is really empty. That needs to be changed. That would be the next thing to do. G or... One of the problems I have with the Tim at the moment is that Tim really uses up my stuff. And so it's a bit harsh to not have everything right now. Okay. So do I have empty fluid here? Fluid battery. These are running. So there must be one. This one is not running. This gets more. This gets more. Okay, this is all. What did you do? Grab that. Oh, there's still stone in there. Okay, I need to clear that out before I go and do more. The whole... Okay, this should be good. Now, fluid should be charged on its own and distributed in the right way, I hope. Let us put down the stone that's in here. So at the moment the connector is set up to throw out, and I can turn this on to collect all. So hopefully it brings out all the stone. Yes, good. I will fly over there and grab some materials. That is needed right now. Turn that off. And with the ore detector hopefully welded up, yes, we can turn that up. And then hopefully find some silicon there. I might just dig for that and then we will see us in a bit. So here we have uranium, cobalt and silver. I brought in some silver because there's rocks on the surface that have silver. And that was a relatively nice find, so that I could completely... I needed that for medical components, yeah. I have put into the palace a bit of a medical room so that I can refill myself a bit faster, and also I had the problem that I got injured a lot by falling out of something, or it's the hard lot of the guy building and drilling into the mountain there, that sometimes you bump your head on some of the... Okay, we will have a wormhole close to the base. I cannot do anything about that right now, but I need the silicon here. It's the first stuff that I ran out of, and I'm not really sure why. It seems they have really kind of nerfed the amount of silicon you get from stone, because I brought in a lot of stone, but the silicon was not enough to finish up all the things. Again, I'm at the moment I want to have more solar panels, and for that I need a lot of silicon. Okay, stone. Can maybe just put that into the connector and throw that out, so that we don't get all that stuff with us. More stone. How much stone can I collect here? But it seems we have right now a lot of silicon that we can just bring back, and hopefully... How much stone do I still have here? None. Good. The fluid batteries, I really like them. The whole ordeal now that they really charge really fast and consistent, it makes my life really easy when it comes to the batteries, and the idea of them I really like. So the idea of exchanging the stuff that's in the battery makes the use of batteries really nice now. I don't know, the normal batteries, they have definitely a use for certain things, but when it comes to flyers, when it comes to rovers, they most of the time really hurt because the whole thing sometimes is just standing still to be refueled. And with these batteries, everything is a lot nicer, because you can just, okay, everything is filled, or everything is recharged, and I can just drop that in. That works out really well. It's in my eyes a lot neater than the normal batteries. And still follows the idea of a relatively small carbon footprint. Why is this not being refined? Refine this too, please. And refine the silicon, please. That is good. Is that container not connected, or is Tim not grabbing the stuff? I don't know. Okay, let me... Yeah, these need to be finished up. I hope I still have enough silver. Oh, I don't. So I also need to grab some silver. Okay, we'll do that, and then I will come back to you with the rover chassis hopefully loaded up, and we can just test drive it. I finally have the necessary silver to finish this. Already roughly, no, it's not done yet, but 40 more than that is done, and I will keep trying to just fill this up. So we know now that every one of these takes 300 days. Whoa. There's children in the area, and I don't have anything in particular against children, but it sounds like they are destroying things. And I don't know what's up with this. Absolutely not. It sounds like a horde of, don't know, barbarians just marching through the area and beating everything with sticks. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they are doing. And it's not helpful. It's just not helpful. Give me more. Oh, see, that's what I meant by I needed a medical room. By constantly bumping my head against something. Okay, just a bit more, and then we have all these batteries filled. Can see if that thing moves. One thing I want to add is a gyro. It might be a bit overpowered right now by what it is, but it's easier to not flip stuff when you have a gyro. Goodness. And this. This, I don't know why this is not grabbing. Why the refinery is not just grabbing that stuff. Okay, good. Let us put down a gyro behind the driver's seat. And then this should be welded up, and then we just drop it and hopefully are able to just... It's not too weird to drive with it, with the wheel configuration. It shouldn't be. It's just that these are a bit more outward. One thing I have installed and I haven't really tried by now is... Yes! There's a mod out there that makes the middle of the wheel accessible. And then you basically can stick stuff on there. And to maybe make the whole thing, or the whole wheels, a bit wider and look a bit more interesting, I might add this and see how it behaves. The wheels don't change anything. They don't make the whole thing more grippier or anything like that. It's just that they give it a bit more oomph. That might be interesting. But I have to see if they hit. So, here will be steering off. And here the same. Steering off. By the way, this is Build Vision. Maybe some of you haven't seen it. It's Build Vision 2. Works really well. Like it. I have only one problem. To get out of the menu, it uses the shift key. And you see that I always fly down a bit then, because my shift key is also my down key. Okay. This works out. Wheels are welded up. Let us cut it down. The brakes are not turned on. I should have turned on the brakes. Okay, I think... No, the steering angle is good. That works out pretty well. That works out pretty well. Ah, okay, this is problematic. It slides because of the gyro. The gyro tries to keep it into, fixed into a certain direction. And then it kind of stops it from really working well. Okay, we need more friction. Do we need more strength? We need a bit more height offset, and we need more strength later. So this needs a good amount of height offset. The strength we can immediately bump up to more. Power wise we are good. Steering angle is good, and we go for 80. Okay, stop it. It's the thing is that now the whole thing is kind of made out to be a big thing, and it's really lightweight. So now it slides and skids and does all that stuff. At the moment it could also be the wheels that are on the side there, but I'm pretty sure they shouldn't do anything too crazy. But it doesn't turn at all, so maybe we need to do something about that. I will test it without the wheels. Let me go back, remove the wheels, and then we see how well it does then. It behaves better without the extended wheels. That's sad. The extended wheels are just, when it comes to style, they might be a lot cooler, but if that thing that then doesn't do anything except for sliding like crazy, then maybe it's not a good idea to have that. So it also on the bumps, it does pretty well. That's a good thing to see. And now we just bring it back into the welder range so that we can do more work on it. I think the backside, it's good to have the backside turned away from the platform here, because that might be a bit of work to do there. Let us get rid of that. So now you can see the backside again. I would like to have some maybe be able to have a piston that holds up some drills, and so we can change piston. And so with that, we then can change the height of the drills and get so close that we don't completely, that the hole that we basically drag behind us is not so crazy wide that we don't know, never will be able to get out of it. Drill, and with placing these, we might be able to see how heavy this will be, because this could be crazy. Oh, I might be too close to the wheels. That's not the idea of this. If we have it that way, then we have kind of a hole, or the surface that we get rid of is will the wheels be affected by the drills? Let us test that. Let us test that. So 6. Oh, come on. Does it work here? No, it doesn't. So maybe a bit more off to the side. And one more. I thought that should be possible. I want this landing gear to just grab onto the rover, so that when it maybe shifts that we don't completely lose the position here, because why does that not work? We will let the just because we can, we will just let the drills work for a moment. And I hope they don't destroy the wheel. No, they don't. Good thing. That would be the worst thing, if this thing would have taken any damage from this. Okay, then we shouldn't have problems. Then we can keep it close, and this way the weight is not so shifted away from the middle. The thing is, usually you want to have the drill somewhere here, but because we don't have too crazy of a contraption here, that should work out, I think. I will shift the cargo to the front, and again we will have some overhang in the front, so that that hopefully then kind of counteracts the weight of the drills. Now with the drills I have a bit of wiggle room how far I can have them stick out. We will have to test that somewhere else. I don't want to mess up the area here completely. With all the wheels, with all the weight, it could be that this whole thing could end up being really, really heavy and just too big for its own sake. We will have to see. Good, I think that's a good start. I will put some work into this whole thing in the meantime, and then I will come back to you on Wednesday. We will continue with this, maybe make a test run with cargo and some things on the back. I have to drive it somewhere where we don't know, can do that. Maybe I find a nice stretch of land that we can just mess up a bit. The one thing that I immediately see is that the carry-all that we want to build, that might be big. If we want to have something that can carry this miner itself and maybe another one of these, look, we will have to make an exemption from the reactor rule, I'm pretty sure, because the carry-all might have to have some way to, yeah, some better way to power it. Because if we even, yeah, no, the carry-all will not be able to just run on fluid batteries and on solar power or something like that. We will have to see. Good, people, I think that's all for today. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on the video. Let me take another look at this. I hope that will be nice in the end. The shell that we make around it, I might want to keep that relatively flat. Again, it will not be roundish, but we will make one of these bug-like shapes around it, I think. Good, people, I will say, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, please leave a like on it. Said that already, but yeah, that's always important, because that helps me out. That's people hopefully see that. Good. Yeah, people, see ya in the next video, I would say. See ya, guys.